Hey, welcome to the RickLessons.com. I'm Sean Rickman. We're going to talk about hi-hats. A young gentleman asked me kind of recently if I would explain more about what I'm doing on the hi-hat. Sometime long ago when I started doing video lessons, I talked about hi-hats. So I'm going to get more in depth. I like to use my hi-hat a lot, unlike a lot of drummers these days. I mean, I really like to use the hi-hat all the time, and I mean pedaled hats. And if you notice, if you're familiar with my playing, you see me doing this a lot. More so than this. Well, I'll do that too. But and I kind of like the cymbals to be a little loose. I'm going to tell you about the hi-hat. You have to have an angle on the bottom cymbal so that it has this lip right here, because that's how you're going to get more chick out of it. If these were perfectly aligned, there'd be a lot of air, and it wouldn't be as loud. You know, you wouldn't really produce it or be able to control the dynamic of that. You wouldn't get that. So, and these are quick beats, so I don't really want to get into the type of cymbal we're using, but I use master sounds on my smaller kit over there. That's my gig kit, and this is more of my studio kit. Can you believe I used to take this kit to all my gigs when I was younger? That's why my back is messed up. Different story. Anyway, back to the hi-hats. So, this young guy asked me to go more in depth about how I do this. And really, I set my pedal kind of loose. This is kind of factory preset, and I stuck with that setting. I really didn't change this. On my other kit, I made sure it was looser than tighter. And I can go like this, but I go like this. I like the cymbals to make noise, so they get this washy sound. Or I like to play, now there's the rhythm. If I'm playing, I'll play something linear all the time. And that's me, how I approach the hi-hats. And also, I like to play like that because everyone in the room, including the band, knows what I'm doing, especially if I'm improvising. Say I'm playing. Right? And they say solo. You know precisely where to come in. If I did that without the hi-hat, it would sound like this. Something like that. Or you know, unless you have perfect time with me, like mentally or something, you'll know where to come in. So I like to give people the hat. You know, if I played that without a hat, it would sound like this. But only I know. With a hat, you see what I'm saying? Something dramatic like that. It can even be used dynamically, like on the offbeats. Sorry. This is on the upbeat. If I were playing on a downbeat, it'd be like this. So, I mean, the hi-hat really tells the band and everyone where you are. Some people like to play it really busy, like... And that's cool too, but that's a little too busy for me. I like to keep it like at quarter notes or half notes or every other beat, but something that's there where you'll feel that weight no matter what I'm doing. And it allows me to really split my brain in half. You know, I do the same way. So the hi-hat is a really beautiful part of this instrument, or these instruments called the drum set. And you should really experiment with using the pedaled hats, whether you do tight ones or loose ones, and do them every other beat or every beat, and just really incorporate it into everything you're doing. Try not to be too busy, but it also lends to the dynamic of what you're doing and lets people know where you are. Because I have a joke here with my friends. It sounds like flip-flops in a dryer when you don't know what's going on and you're guessing. And so it's better to be the master of your tempo and of your sound and dynamic. All right, I'm Sean Rickman. Join me at thericklessons.com. See you next time.